Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today I want to show you my multiplicative damage bleed fire build that I use typically in a DZ. As you know, I like to do things differently, so in this time I basically did the same template as my multiplicative damage mortar build, which relies on damage to armor. Okay, but I do it for my fire build. Okay, the purpose of this build is not only do more damage on the initial explosion and the hive, but also, if you see me when I'm in the Darkzone, I shoot a lot of my capacitor. So not only I'm gaining a slight more damage on my status effects and skill damage, I'm also gaining more multiplicative damage to the person that I'm shooting at, because I have that additional 5 weapon damage and damage to armor as well. As you can see, I'm also running the constructor gloves, which basically give me damage to armor, and that also applies to skills, by the way. Having that multiplicative damage on the build while shooting the capacitor really feels noticeable when you also have glass cannon on. As you know, I'm a glass cannon player. I've been running this talent since Saturday of the 8th. If you don't feel comfortable, you can run in the momentum, but you will lose that 25% amplified damage, meaning that your capacitor will hit less when you're shooting at the target. If you feel comfortable and you're not in danger, right, that you only, for example, have one person on fire in front of you, not multiple people coming at you, then if you shoot the capacitor, you will notice how fast you can melt that person while he's on fire. In the stats, you have skill damage, status effect, of course, on the entire build, because in this build, basically, since both of your skills have a lot of like, for example, like ammo shells and a lot of charges, it's easier to get back the skill with, you know, a couple of charges, rather than just, for example, let's say you put a fire stick in this build, will be very bad to run it, because the cooldown is really gonna be high. As you can see, a fire stick is gonna take almost 22 seconds to go back to you, and that's without counting if you miss, right, or even if the person have high status hazard protection. That's another thing that I wanted to touch. People with hazard protection would definitely could cause a problem, but not as much as a regular build, because you still be able to hit them hard with the hive. And not only that, usually most people don't go full hazard, so all you need is to have that, you know, shotgun on you to get that additional 20%. So when they still in the hive, they're still gonna get hit by a high amount of damage. And not only that, the explosion also can cause damage, so you can definitely kite them with this build easier than the other ones. Every piece that you have, you want status effect, skill damage. Of course, you want 2 wyverns to have that skill damage and status effect. For the contractors, I would recommend to have skill damage instead. Remember that I'd rather have more skill damage for my high hits harder, and also the initial explosion as well, which what really you want in any skill build, because if you spec everything in status effect, let's say for example, a person with hazard would basically cut that status effect duration off, where the explosion would still get hit by a significant amount of damage. So if you get the contractors, try to get it with skill damage. Of course, you want to have 1 blue, because you're running glass cannon, and also with the technician, you can run 1 blue at least, and also you want that status effect skill damage as well. I also run shotgun with perpetuation, and the reason why I run the shotgun, specifically the SAS, is because all you want is one of those pellets to hit the head to have the perpetuation, right? It's easier to spawn a shotgun and get that perpetuation for maybe your next game launcher, and you still have that damage to armor, which is great, which also one of the reasons why is a capacitor as well. It has the damage to armor maxed out, and then on top of that you can get damage on every yellow attribute, which is 7.5 for each tier, and also you can gain more skill damage by shooting your capacitor. So I'm a skill, one of the few skill players you will see actively shooting when the person is a status effect or whenever they can, because I want to have, sometimes even if I have a full capacitor, I can destroy somebody with all the buff that I have, without counting if I have a healer in the team and any other buff that specialization might provide to you. So keep that in mind, that you always have other sources of damage other than yourself, so your build becomes even stronger when you are around those certain builds in your group. These two, the Walkers and Harris, getting in with these roles is almost impossible. Alright, so it's not a very easy build to do, so you will spend a lot of time at least getting the Walkers and Harris with those roles, so good luck with that. I think thankfully I was able to get them with some of the DC catch, even though they have pool rolls, but I was able to optimize it. So, and then of course you have the contractor. The other three pieces, the wyverns, are fairly easy to get, same for the golan. And then of course for the mods, this is a big topic here. Most people, you want to run the damage one and the additional ammo shell. Now people say, oh, why you don't use the bone strength? If we look at the bone strength mod and you see the numbers, you will see that it's not really beneficial running the bone strength compared to the damage. You gain more from the damage explosion than the status effect itself. So like I said before, in any skill build, what you want to do is inflict the most amount of damage before the status effect kicks in. Okay, because if you have a very weak chem launcher and then on top of that very weak hive, most likely they're just gonna rush to you, because probably the status effect is not gonna even be strong enough to basically put them in a danger situation. So keep that in mind. So always pick damage on any mod that you have in your skills, right? So that's the build, guys. Very simple, but not easy to make. Like I said, this is not my best build or the build that I usually run in the Darkzone. That's gonna be in a different video, but I wanted to put this out there just in case you want new ideas how to be different in the Darkzone when you're running skills. And I hope you enjoy it, and let me know if you have any question in the section below. Drop a like, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.